When facing complex problems, it could be argued that adapting is no longer sufficient. To adapt implies that the activity has taken place after the environment has already changed. To adapt is, in some respects, to keep up. The level of challenge and complexity that we face today requires a more proactive response. We need to be able to transform as well as adapt. The greatest point of leverage to do this, of course, is organisations. All organisations are groups of people, all with the complete set of human frailties, who have united together with a mostly common purpose and have organised to divide the labour to achieve that purpose. In this project, I will examine the momentum needed from an organisation to be able to transform itself and its environment and provide some scenario models for organisations to use as a way of maintaining a momentum that allows survival, movement and growth without overshooting, burning out or depleting resources. To identify the ideal momentum for an organisation, we can start with Newton's law of momentum, where momentum, P, equals mass times velocity. Mass in an organisation is made up of things like people, cash, time, equipment, raw materials, knowledge, information, profile and customer reach. There is a problem with too much and too little mass. Too little mass and you have the challenge that micro businesses have trying to do it all, where red tape and minor hurdles become major hurdles and investing in your own business leads to problems of cash flow. Too much mass and you have the challenge of a bureaucracy, where the mass of the organisation diminishes the return. Do we really need a human resource department for the human resource department? Many organisations would not be worthwhile when we put a value on things like psychological capital, land use, long-term costs to the environment, etc. Velocity in an organisation is a function of an ability to read or anticipate the market, determine a strategy, make a decision, marshal and focus resources, and convert action into results. Like mass, there is a challenge with too much and too little velocity. Too little velocity in the organisation is the challenge of bureaucracies. Large organisations often struggle to convert decisions into actions. The risk management area is often referred to as the Department of No. And too much velocity is also a problem. Many small businesses make decisions far too quickly, jumping to poorly considered solutions, and as a result, 80% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years of operations. Taking the two variables of mass and velocity as the X and Y axis for a scenario map, we can identify 5 scenarios that provide us with a useful way of looking at momentum in an organisation. High velocity, high mass, the overshoot organisation. Momentum is what kills you in a car accident. An organisation that throws all its weight behind a slight shift in the market can lose everything very quickly. Lehman Brothers and Enron are examples of this. High velocity, low mass, the burnout organisation. Scarce resources are scattered across too many alternative projects, no direction is followed through, and resources are soon depleted. Small businesses who fail in the first 5 years are examples of this. Low velocity and low mass, the part-timer organisation. With low velocity and little resources, the organisation has no momentum and will eventually wither and die. Low velocity and high mass, the bureaucracy organisation. When there is a significant shift in the market, the organisation tends to respond by trying to prop up the status quo rather than changing their business model. Examples are numerous: Kodak, Sears, Sun Microsystems, Toys R Us, etc., etc. Right velocity, right mass, the Goldilocks organisation. This organisation adapts to changes in the market and even transforms the market with new products and services. Many organisations have been in the sweet spot for some time but struggle to remain there forever. Jim Collins, in Built to Last, identifies companies that he suggests fit this sweet spot, and yet even a third of the companies that he listed in 1994 are no longer the powerhouses he portrayed them to be. Citigroup suffered from the GFC, Ford and IBM are a shadow of their 1994 self, and Motorola and Microsoft failed to capitalise on the mobile device revolution. When people gather together and organise themselves, it amplifies the best and worst of what it is to be human. On top of this, organisations are our best asset when addressing challenges, and they are often its cause. I submit that an organisation's momentum is part of the puzzle. Low momentum in an organisation leads to dodgy practices. High momentum means the organisation is too big to fail. Transforming organisations starts with understanding these signals and scenarios and recognising when they are not operating at an ideal momentum.